bit more cloudy. Bro, why? Hey guys, welcome back to another Overlanding Bros video. Feels like it's been forever since I made the last one, but I realize it hasn't even been that long, but wanted to go ahead and make another one. Again, doing something a little different today. Don't have any real solid plans for anything too grandiose, but what I thought we'd do is take a trip up to my local neck of the woods into the Tillamook National Forest, which you can see right behind me, just a beautiful glimpse of the tree line there. Just outside of Portland, not more than an hour, so it doesn't take me all that long to get out here. I spend plenty of time fishing and plenty of off-roading opportunity here. Driving in, I saw a handful of people just hanging out by the river. The Wilson River runs through here. During the winter, a little bit of spring, I get out here as much as I can to do some fishing. On the other side of that river, there's plenty of acreage. The Tillamook National Forest has over like 100 or maybe a couple 100,000 acres, so you can get really easily lost out here. I would go over there, but based on the weather, a lot of people from the metropolitan area bring their ATVs, their dirt bikes, just their cars, and they go out camping or off-roading. Just get out there, so try to avoid a little bit of that, and I'm going to the other side of the river, you know, seeing what I can find for you guys. Lots more to update you on stuff coming up in the future, as well as some potential ideas, and then of course just where we stand today. But enough of me talking. I guess we'll just go out there and get it. So keep it overlanding, I guess. What more is there to say? I'm not sure. Okay, right now we're just kind of cruising. I'm just trying to get as lost as possible, to be honest. I'm just got my GPS open. We're just trying to find a good section to just get out in the middle of nowhere. Also, if you're wondering what that chest pack is I have, it's pretty much just an easier way to carry some of your essentials. It's easier when I'm crouching down, you know, hiking around, pulling my phone out of my pocket or having my keys or my wallet somewhere. And then also there's a good little section right there to hang your bear spray, which you never be too careful out here about that. So yeah, we're gonna focus the first half of this just kind of finding some cool areas maybe to check out, and then finding a good camp spot, because I do intend to spend the night out here, even though it is so close, but who cares? So onward and upward, we're gonna go check this place out. All right, you know, part of the Overlanding Bros that we want to be able to do is we want to incorporate new stuff. We don't want to do the same thing every time, unless you guys just want to see the same thing every time. But a little bit of a newer segment that I want to introduce to you guys right now, as I am out here just still exploring. Truck's up there. One of the things I wanted to introduce is a new game, and it's a very popular game that we're trending right now. You heard it here first. We are talking about rate that campsite. Let's go. Let's go. How does the game work? As you see a campsite, you pull over, you inspect it, and we grade it essentially. We give it a 5-star rating. Never mind, scratch that. We give it a 10-star rating. You can do percentages, however you like. I am the ultimate judge, jury, executioner, whatever you want to call that. So, without further ado, I welcome you to rate that campsite. Campsite number 1. I saw this. Okay. Right here, we have a very well-built fireplace, okay? Whoever was building this here, they definitely had the Mercedes vans. You know, they have a lot of money. They know how to do things. They've spent time outdoors. It's right off the main road, as you can see right there where my finger's at. That is the main road. So right there alone, that's going to be a good sign. That's a good campfire. Plenty of room for vehicles as well. Always a good plus. Accessibility. Accessibility can be a good or bad thing. 1, if it's going to get taken, or number 2, if you're going to be by a ton of people. I don't know. It's a preference point. I think depends on the situation. For this, I'd say it's a plus. You know, we're still out here enough, but you also get the accessibility of it. It's already been logged, as you can see, so you have plenty of space. So I'm going to walk up here on this log. This is another huge factor that you need to consider when rating that campsite, is the view. Take a look at this view. Imagine waking up in the morning and seeing this. That's ideal. That's another really good sign for a good quality campsite that you can have. Now, shade. In the summertime, camping is big for summertime activities. As you can see here, you do get some shade right where the campsite is. It's about 4 or 5 o'clock right now, so it looks like you get pelted with sun all up until now. So overall, say decent campsite. I would camp here myself, which is a new certification. So I give it the Overlanding Bros certification, would camp here. And out of 10, I'd have to go ahead and rate this campsite probably a 7 out of 10. Why isn't it a perfect 10 out of 10? Well, overall, if it had some water source, I think that would add another star. It's important to make sure you can wash your dishes, wash yourself, cool yourself off. That's just another bonus. 10 out of 10 it's going to be hard to achieve, but it's got a good campsite, plenty of parking, plenty of space for activities, which is always important, and that beautiful view. So overall, these guys did excellent. 7 out of 10. I'm sure you've had some very high-end, nice vehicles up here. Hint, hint, who have camped here, so 7 out of 10. Let's go find another campsite and rate that campsite. On to the next, fellas. Look at that dirt mound. Think I should take the truck off that? Think it'd do it? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Nah, we'll save that for another video. In about 20 years, when I'm ready to get rid of this thing, we'll take it off that jump. Mark my words here first, people. Okay, well, I don't know, a little disappointing, but this is what I wanted to show you guys. I just pulled over right here. Somebody had a fire there, cool. So there's a drainage ditch, and as you can see, there is some water, but where we're approaching right now is called Kilchis Falls. I'm sure it's way more active in the winter time, but right now it's a little disappointing. But there's still some water here, so I mean, I've seen bigger waterfalls before in my lifetime. There's at least water here. It's still pretty. Oh yeah, Okay, it looks a lot cooler down here once you get really close to it. Currently getting wet right now, but still cool. Some sort of cave or something. I'm just gonna jot this down as something to visit in the, something to probably visit in the winter time. Maybe the springtime, once you get all the snow melt, that'd probably be the best way, but hey, a little cool scenery on the side of the road. I'll take what I can get. All right, we're back again. Found another campsite. A little bit different here. We are currently making our way up the hills. As you can see, there's one ridge line right there. We still have ways to go. It's going to lead us up this ridge line. Very pretty in the woods, but this is a little bit of an older campsite. Now, as you can see, somebody tried to MacGyver a little bit of a fire here. They got something going. I don't know if this was like a brush pile to get thrown in there, but time to rate this campsite. Let's take a look at the features we have. I see a little bit of a trail going through here. Kind of neat. Okay, maybe a little bit of check out the view, enjoy the rest of the sun. Okay, more of a flattened landscape. Again, the road is right there, so not too secluded, but you can tell that this road is not used very much just based off of the terrain. Definitely requires four-wheel drive to make this bearable. I give it points just for the fact that you get some shade in here. If it's windy, if it's rainy, if it's too hot, this is a great spot. Lacking a little bit of a scenery there. I'm gonna go ahead and give this spot probably like a 5 out of 10. I'd say it's overall average. It'll do if you're kind of in a pinch and you're like, hey, let's get out of this rain, let's get out of this sun, or maybe you just can't find another spot. That's what I'd use this campsite for. Because even if you do go out there or even over there, you're still gonna have this trees blocking you. You're not gonna be able to see. I'd say this would be more maybe like a fall or spring with rainy or inclement weather type spot. And yeah, but it's out here for sure. This is definitely not, this is definitely off the beaten path, I would say. So 5 out of 10. Decent. We'll keep moving along. See what else we see. Okay guys, a lot of driving, I guess you could say, a lot of technical stuff getting up here. I finally got to where I wanted to go. This is Triangulation Point in the Tillamook National Forest. Look at that. We are 3,250 feet up at the current moment. I parked because the last stretch, almost like the distance of a driveway, we have a little bit of a walk, nothing too crazy, but then we can start looking for campsites once we get down there. But this is definitely one of the highest peaks in the Tillamook National Forest. Still some others like up there which are taller, and down there, but one with a road where you don't have to hike all the way up, I'll take that. So let's go see what's up here. Well, it makes sense why they call it triangulation point. That glimmer you're seeing just over these mountains, right here, that whole horizon, that's the ocean. Pacific Ocean is just over there, and just look at this. We are up here right now. Ooh, that'd be a good spot right up here. Can't see it too well, but yeah, that's a radio tower. Right now, checking my phone. I have a lot of bars. Yep, just as I figured. Just that radio tower. Interesting paint job. Maybe they did the matte camo so it wouldn't glimmer in the sun. This looks like a way better peak over here. Let's go see. Yeah, wow. It's not very common you get to a point where you can see on both sides. Incredible. Unfortunately, where we're at, you can't see any major mountains. So I guess lastly, just to check off, we're gonna continue the game with our last round of Rate That Campsite. Now, believe it or not, where I was just filming and doing that whole view, there is actually a campsite right here. And if we take a look, some piece of split wood or a log, something like that. Now, this is actually more common than you think when you get to one of these cell towers. You will actually come up to some sort of fireplace. What I don't know is if the workers put that there or if it's some kids who come up here and they make a fire. Now, let's go over the traits of Rate That Campsite. First and foremost, you're right in between these peaks. Beautiful view, 360 degrees. That is a huge plus for this. If you can hear that currently though, that is the wind. If you're camping sometime where the weather's nice and clear, you can hear the wind. You're getting pelted from the ocean over there and the wind is just constant. So occasionally you'll get a big drift. Setting up dinner, for example, your plates fall off, things start flying away, your tarp, your tent, whatever you're using. It's up to you. Overall, I say that is that's kind of a negative feature, being on a peak. Again, you will get the entire day worth of sun. That's gonna be annoying as hell if it turns into a hot day. Then again, we are in higher elevation, but still, if you want that shady, nice, cool temperature, no wind, the last spot I just showed, that's gonna be more ideal. Getting that campfire started, gonna be a little bit harder. You're gonna have to worry a lot more about the sparks flying off because the wind is just gonna absolutely send everything going that way. A huge plus for this spot, if you're into that. I don't know if this is a plus or not. If you're a guy who likes to be out here in the middle of nowhere, like Blake, and you wanna be on your phone, then a cell tower is perfect for you. So if you prefer the cell tower, great. In emergencies, obviously it can come in handy. Nowadays, phones can use satellite to call, so it's not necessarily important as much as it is, hey, I want to scroll Instagram when I'm with the boys, AKA Blake. That's right, Blake, I'm talking to you, bud. Always on his phone when we camp. Anyway, it's an interesting feature. Overall, what I'd rate this, the beautiful site, unfortunately, is on a peak, but it does have some modern technology hooked up to it. A downside, there is a gate down that road, so you'd have to walk up here. Honestly, I'd give this overall 4 out of 10. The reason I give it 4 out of 10, you can't drive your truck up here. There's not a lot of room. There's too much wind and too much sun exposure. It would be great for the day to come hang out here, but then again, Do you want to go out in nature so you can get absolutely blasted by those radio waves? And do you want to come out in nature so you can just be on your phone the whole time? I don't know. That's up to you. What would you rate each of those campsites down below? You let me know. I'm gonna start walking back down and we'll see what else there is to see. Kind of want to see if I can get on that peak up there. I think that'd be prettier. All right, moving on. Okay. I'll show off the scenery in a sec. It's very similar to where that cell tower was, just a different angle. But wanted to have the next segment in this video, words of wisdom from me. So, just playing a bit of catch up. About back in September, one of my coworkers told me about this huge music festival that he goes to every single year up in Canada. It's called Shambhala. Look it up for yourself. Electronic music in the middle of nowhere, beautiful British Columbia. So I decided, okay, you know what? I'm gonna buy a ticket. Happens in July where we end up going, we plan, I end up going out there. Couple things about me. I've never been out of the country, never been on a drive that long before, and I've never been to a festival. So throughout the course of the weekend, end up hanging out by the river, seeing all this cool music at all these different places. It just blows my mind how crazy it is. If you're familiar with it, then you know just how crazy that would have been for your first festival. So I come back now with the experiences of having done something that is not remotely close to anything I've ever done. It was scary at first, but let me tell you, I'm so glad I did it. I think my big takeaway from that is you have to do things that you're just not comfortable doing. If it's out of your norm, don't just readily say like, I don't do that, that's not for me. Don't just dismiss anything until you've tried it. It was different from my taste, as I've said, but it was so worth it just for the fact that it gave me a whole new perspective on life. It's about doing something that I don't feel comfortable doing, but I think it could give me a good experience to something. Maybe your friends invite you to go skiing. You've never skied before. You're worried about wrecking, but they say they teach you. That would be a good time. How are you going to know if you love skiing if you don't ever do it? Camping is another good one. It seems like one of those things where it's like, it sounds kind of, where's the shower? Where's this? Where's that? No, it's worth a try. Even if it sucks for a little bit. There's nothing that's just going to be sunshine and rainbows perfect. Maybe some things, but life isn't always going to be like that. And I already have my idea, if I go again next year or another year, you know, how to improve the situation from my experience thus far. So I think one of the most important things you can do, what I've heard from older people who have bestowed their wisdom upon me, is go to new places, explore, try new things, and just be yourself. You don't want to live in an isolated world. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to go to Paris or you have to go to, I don't know, Ibiza or Egypt or, you know, sail the seas. It doesn't take anything glamorous to understand what getting out there and doing stuff is, but just go out there and explore. It could be somewhere local in your town. It could be a local shop you've never been to, a local park, a local hike. It doesn't have to be anything where it financially takes a lot, but when you're able to open your mind and try new things, I think you'll walk away with overall a better experience and understanding of yourself that you didn't have before. I mean, even this whole channel is a good example of that. I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna go up here in my neck of the woods to my national forest that's close to me. I'm just gonna explore. And I still have a surprise, which I still haven't showed you yet, but I got to see the waterfall. I got to get to this peak. I got to see this beautiful surrounding point. And I'm just going to enjoy it for as much as I can. Enough of me talking. I say let's just enjoy this view a little bit more, and then let's go find a campsite. Okay, so I found a good potential spot. If you can see from the horizon, it is pretty open. I'm trying out a decently open spot. I know you can't see a lot right now. I'll just show my face. Let me hold these up real quick so I can get a good, there we go. I'm just holding lights up in front of my face so you can see me. But I'm just gonna go ahead and set up right here. I'm gonna try out this spot just for the fact that, I don't know, but I'm just gonna go ahead and send it here. It's relatively close to the main road. So I'll just get my cozy little setup taken care of, and then we'll just kind of take it from there. So, all right, I'll see you once I get my bed set up. Got myself a nice little fire going. Can see the moon. The camera's not working as well at the darkness as it was earlier with the light. This camera can only do so much, but anyway, yeah, I got my bed all set up, so I'm just kind of hanging out right now, kind of enjoying the night as it unfolds. Tomorrow's going to be a good day. Gonna have the full day. Didn't have the full day today for the fact that I needed to sleep in. Can't remember if I brought it up, but I was sick. Got sick when I was in Canada at Shambhala. Obviously, so many people there. Easy to get sick. So just getting over a little bit of a cold. Kind of wanted to rest today. So I got out here pretty late, but tomorrow will be a full day. Hopefully get all the stuff that I'm looking for out of it. But yeah, just right now, gonna hang out, enjoy the fire, and then crawl into bed. So, all right, well, this is inside, back of the truck. Yeah, it's pretty basic. All we do is just throw a tarp over the back. So, pretty much, we are all good to go at this point. I'm just gonna shut this light off, try and get some sleep. The only thing that would make this better, it's cheating a little bit of glamping, but if I had some downloaded Netflix, that would make this top tier. I'd probably be watching some Trailer Park Boys right now, but take what you can get and just enjoy the night. So hopefully it doesn't take me too long to fall asleep, but tomorrow's a new day. Blah, blah, blah. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed now. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. All right, so just got out of bed. It's the morning. It's about 7:30 right now. I put some clothes on and I'm filming back in here because I want to show you guys the reveal of this spot. It's a lot cooler than I thought it was, but okay. If we pop out here, let's take a look. Here's where we were last night. Look at that. A little bit more cloudier. It is beautiful. Still have these clouds rolling in. I'm sure those will dissipate later in the day once it gets as it gets a little warmer, but we can see this edge right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some breakfast, hang out for a little bit, and then I'll show you guys a surprise on what the point of today was. So see you in a little bit. Now that we're all packed up, gonna start heading down the mountain there towards the river. Still need to change, still need to make food. Not sure when I'm gonna do that, but I thought now would be a good time to reveal the second half of the video with my surprise. I will go ahead and show you now. So today we will be trying out metal detecting. This is something I have not done since I was a kid. I remember every time when we would go camping as a kid, there'd always be a metal detector. Now, I need to set the expectations for the video. We're not hunting for gold. We're not hunting for buried treasure, secret documents, or anything of that nature. What we're going for is we're probably gonna find a ton of garbage, but hopefully it'll at least come with a little bit of a story, maybe some history behind it. Not doing it to get rich, but I have not done this in a long time, so you and me both are going to be figuring it out as we go. The purpose is just having fun, so we're going to try it. Well, right now we're down on the Wilson River. As you can see, really lazy, really clear, and it's actually really low. So I do quite a bit of fishing over here for steelhead when they run in. I guess you can get Chinook down here, but I've never tried it. Usually the river is probably like a foot higher. That's when it's, you know, you get decent action in there, but still a good place to hang out, which is why a lot of people come down here. Right there. See if there's anything. The map sensitivity kind of high right now, just because I don't know exactly what I'm going for, just testing it out. Don't see anything there. Great. Looks like a rock. Piece of wood, maybe. Nothing. Wow, I'm shocked. All right, I'm gonna keep scanning until I find something. All right, it is working. As you can see, I found a old split shot weight that was buried right there. Okay, that's a good little test. Probably haul that back up and then go throw it away. Get it out of the river. Found some more garbage, just some wrappers that had metal in it. But look at this. See that? That's somebody's underwear. Why is it every time you go down to the river or you look on the side of the road or you're out in the middle of nowhere, you always find somebody's underwear? Is this like a worldwide phenomena where people just take their underwear off and forget it? Like, how do you forget something like that? Somebody was actively wearing their underwear and they decided to take it off and just throw it there. And they went about their entire day without even thinking about it. I don't know if people are like pooping their pants all the time or what's going on, but every single place I've been, I always find a thing of somebody's used underwear. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know what's going on. But also, during that entire rant, I saw this. Somebody had made a dream catcher. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, enough of that bullshit. We're moving on. Okay, just loaded up back in the truck. Ended up just seeing and finding so much garbage. there's definitely some sort of homeless camp or some secret underground dump spot around here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm getting a little bit hungry. I'm gonna head up into the mountains, gonna cook some food, then I'm gonna metal detect out there, and then on my way back, I know of a good section to complete river section number 2 that I can go ahead and metal detect, see if I can get anything out there. So we'll go up there and check it out and make some food. So just made a quick little turn off up the road. Just kind of enjoying the view, but more importantly, cooking up some good food here. Did my old classic quick recipe, barbecue pulled pork, and then some mac and cheese. Just mix them together, and then boom, you got yourself a really quick meal. I think we might have some good spots. I know right there, gonna find a lot of like gun shells and everything, but if we can find spots like this, maybe an abandoned road, maybe a road that people aren't really driving on, that'd be a good spot to probably take the metal detector down. So we'll see what we can find up here, and then after I eat, we'll kick it off and we'll just keep cruising down the road and just keep scanning some areas. Okay, well, I went up there in the mountains and I did a little bit of prospecting, I guess you could say. Nothing came of that. I did find some cool knickknacks, which I'll show in a bit, but really all you can find is one of several very common things. What does this say? Cool. Anyway, all I was able to find is some gun shells and more tent stakes. So that's pretty much the gist of what you're gonna find at those spots. I'm gonna start hunting out there and see. Do a sweep. Is it still here? Is it here? Let's see. I don't see anything. Okay, well, not more than 30 seconds later, I did find it. It was this bullet. I don't know why it has a white tip. I don't know if that's just corrosion, but anyway, it's a bullet and it looks like it belongs to like a 357 Magnum or something big pistol gun. Yeah, I don't know. I'll hold on to it. Maybe I'll look up when white bullets were used or what they're used for, because most of the time you see them, they're made of brass. So I don't know, could be a specific type of shot. That's, oh wait, no, hold on. It starts to have some color, so that's just corrosion on there. Okay, cool. Well, found a bullet. I'll take that. Still nothing. Looks like it's right in that hole, so let's dig right here. Everything else, oh, is that it? Yes! Oh my goodness! This is a huge success. One of the whole things I wanted to come out here and find was a coin. And look at that, I found a little quarter. Let's see, I can't make out a date on this. I hope you can see that okay. It's really corroded. Oh, 1980, I believe is what it says. 1982. Cool. Look at that. Hell yeah. That's what I was looking for, is literally a coin. That's a classic little metal detector find. Nothing too crazy. You could probably find a 1982 anywhere, but still, I'm happy with that, and 25 cents richer. So right on. Let's go see what else is out here. More than about 20 20 feet over there is where I found the coin. Got another hit right here, so I'm gonna start digging. Set it off to the side. Let me scan this. Anything? No, I'm not even getting it. It's in this thing right here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Found it right there. It's a little pull tab from a soda can or beer or something, probably. Well, I'll take that too. Let's see, do another scan, see if that was actually what it was referencing. Hold on. Yeah, it's picking up the shovel. Guess that was it. Okay, pull can, pull tab, nice. Add it to the books. I got yet another hit about right here. I'm not filming every time I find these just because I think I'm gonna go a little bit before I find something, so I ended up finding something in this area. Let's scan it again. Let me dig. Okay, don't see anything in there. Let me just move that. All right, let's scan this. I think I see it. Is it this thing? No. It says it's over here. Don't see anything here. Just keep pulling apart, I guess. It says it's at the bottom of it. Oh, that's a rock. Okay. I left my little camp stake in the truck. That probably would have been helpful. I'm not seeing anything. Let's get everything all spread out. Good thing there's water over there to wash my hands. Okay, it's screaming at this thing. Is there anything in here of value? I do not see or feel anything. Oh. Wow. Another pull tab, folks. Okay. It's something. We're finding stuff at least, so let me go ahead and scan it again. Okay. We're gonna find another coin. That's what I want. Something cool, please. Okay, I'm gonna move down to the riverbank, go wash my hands. So I did a couple digs off camera just in the same area, and all I'm finding is pull tabs. I did find an empty cigarette pack. It was too corroded to discern what it was, so I couldn't tell you if it was old or new. But it had some aluminum on it and the metal detector was picking it up, so I mean, we're close to finding some cool stuff. The quarter and the bullet was still cool, but gonna go down to the river, maybe do a couple scans off camera, or if I start picking some stuff up, maybe I'll turn it back on, but at least gonna wet my hands a little bit in the meantime. So, well, all I found was found a bottle cap, then I found a rusted piece of metal, then I just kept finding a ton of false stuff. It was nothing, but I actually flipped this thing on because I saw something really interesting. So take a look here. You probably see this tree. A beaver ate that, and if you look up here, it's split in half and then it fell on that tree. So yeah, little beavers just taking down giant trees. Interesting. All right, I think I'm gonna walk back to the truck, kind of wrap it up, and then I want to show you guys one more thing since I'm out here. I'll show you guys what I found at the next spot. Okay guys, Just pulled over at this little turnaround. I want to show you the things that I ended up getting. Hold on, let me get my cup holder here. Okay, let me step out here and I'll hop into the back and then we can... Bro, why? Why is there always underwear? There's always used underwear, just at the most random spots. It is always a used pair of underwear in the middle of the forest somewhere. Who is pooping their pants? Oh my, okay, you know what? let's just forget that. You might be able to hear the other surprise in the background, but I'm just gonna calm down. I don't know, I don't understand. Somebody go out to your local like national park, just go walk around and you're gonna find used underwear. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on, but okay. Anyway, enough of that noise. Let's go over the haul. The garbage haul for today. Found a tent stake, very thin. I'd say that's worth about 2 cents. This is the old cigarette wrapper I was talking about. It is so corroded, you can only see some sort of pattern. I'm not saying it's old, not gonna say that, it looks just corroded. A bullet for a magnum of sorts, some sort of pistol. Another bullet for a rifle. You can see it's bent from probably where it hit the ground. Pull tab, pull tab, pull tab, pull tab. Corona bottle cap, brand new. And then 22 casing, and then a quarter from, when was it from again? 1982 or 19 something, 1980, something like that. Nothing too special. So yeah, first day back metal detecting after like 20 years or so. I'd say overall pretty decent. I mean, I'll take it. I'm definitely gonna do that again. Maybe that'll be just kind of a new segment on the channel. But let's go ahead and check out what we have right in front of me over there. I'll walk us over, show you the little surprise. Cool little feature. I think you'll like it. Okay, I look like an unlocked character right now. I don't know why the lighting is so bad. Let's adjust, there we go. Okay, so there's this nice little turnoff. And then not more than, you can see where my truck is, it's literally right there. So if we walk down here, we have this little stream running through here. Getting ready to get the surprise. Look at that. Fern Creek Falls. It literally looks like something a person made. This one is way better than Kilchis Falls. I'm gonna get away for a little bit just because you can't hear me. Way better than Kilchis Falls, as you can see. Way more water running at this current time. One of the many waterfalls in Oregon. But to be honest, there's a lot more in Washington. I think Washington has the record amount of waterfalls in the state, possibly, or in the United States. I don't know. Let's get a close-up though. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the little adventure today. I would typically like to end the video on a note for jumping in the water, but I just don't feel it today. I don't know, it's just getting over being sick and everything. I'm just not feeling it, but hello? Who's there?
The tunnel show. Jump in the water.
No. I just said I don't want to jump in the water.
But you have to. It's the overlanding road.
You can't make me.
Yes, I can.
I don't have to do anything. You're just a tunnel troll. All right, guys, I'm getting freaked out. Let's let's get out of here. Let's go. Come on, we're moving. Guys, all seriousness, hope you enjoyed the video. Again, a little bit different from what we did last time, a lot different from what we did with Blake and everything. Let me know what you guys prefer, if you guys want to see more of one thing, more of the other. Other than that, I'm just going to keep filming and talking and doing my own thing. So this was the Tillamook National Forest. Really hope you enjoyed it. Spent a lot of time out here, continue to spend a lot of time out here. So other than that, I guess just keep it overlanding, continue to try new things, and we'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.